Welcome to the WIHS Journal. On today's broadcast, we'll be learning about the virtual event, Live2Lead. Well, today on the phone line, we're so blessed to have the executive director of the John Maxwell team, Yvonne Mitto. I love that name. We have done so many things in the past. We're so glad to have you on the broadcast again today. And so you guys are continuing to do Live2Lead. It's a virtual event, obviously, this year, and it's coming up October 9th, and it's a half-a-day leadership development experience. So we're glad to have this come our way.
Yes, and Howard Dayton is the Compass Finances God's Way. So I'm still with them. It's a combination of the ministry and the John Maxwell team, which I do it under my LLC, which is Mitto & Associates.
Okay, great. So what is the full meaning behind this Live2Lead virtual event?
Well, Live2Lead is a leadership event that the John Maxwell Company has been doing for a number of years. I got involved this is my fifth year, so I became a John Maxwell team member in 2015, and in 2016, I started hosting the event and partnering with others to host the event here in Connecticut. And this year, I'm partnering with Orlando Yarbrough III, who is in New Haven. He's also a director with the John Maxwell team and serve also on the President's Advisory Council. So both of us are partnering to bring the event back to Connecticut, which is awesome. Over the years, it was held in person, so we would have people coming in live. It would be live in Atlanta and simulcast across the country and globally. And we hosted last year at the Marriott Hotel in Windsor. Well, this year, with the pandemic, all that has changed. And what we're doing this year is having virtual events, and people can join in from the comfort of their home or office. So they don't have to get dressed and go to a hotel room, but they can just be right there on their computer and be a part of this great event, leadership event.
That's great. And I'm looking, and you mentioned Orlando Yarbrough. He was a Yale graduate. How did you guys connect?
Yes, Orlando is a Yale graduate and still work at Yale, and we connected through the John Maxwell team. We partnered together the past 2-3 years, and it's just a joy working along with Orlando.
Awesome.
And he's also a Christian.
Yes, I know. I love that. So let's talk about the event. Why don't you tell us some of the speakers and maybe just a little bit of their biographies, if you don't mind?
Okay, I'll do that. Well, the event will be held on Friday, October 9th. Excited about it. And it will start at 9 and will go until 1:30 p.m. And just to let you know, we do have a lot of partners that we work along with over the years. And this year, we could not do it on our own, so we have partners that come alongside us and really help with the event. And one of those partners is Gary Smith. He's with L. Smith LLC, and many of us know Gary, and he has been one of our really strong partners in this. And also, my church, Crossroads Community Cathedral, has been a great support over the years and continue to be. And Cross Street Amy Zion Church with Pastor Harville, he has been supporting from day one. And Bishop Ramsey at Rehoboth Church. Those are three major churches that have been partnering with us to help us bring this event here. And it is just amazing, just working together as one to bring it here. So some of the speakers this year, the lineup of speakers is just wonderful. It's John Maxwell, of course, who everyone knows John Maxwell. He's the number one expert and best-selling author on leadership. And he just continued to work in that sphere and impact lives, not only on the leadership side, but as a former pastor on the Christian side. And that's what I really like with that. There's Kat Cole, and Kat Cole is a COO and president of Focus Brands. She was on Undercover Boss at one time. Didn't see her, but I just heard a whole lot, so much about her. And I'm not going to go in detail on all their bios because people can find this information on live2lead.ct.com, and I'll slow that down a little later so that everyone will know where to find that. So there's John Maxwell, Kat Cole, Steve Harvey, and I don't know if Steve Harvey needs any introduction as much, but Steve is an Emmy Award-winning entertainer And again, New York best-selling author. He's a businessman. He's a philanthropist. He has a number of shows, and just love to watch Steve Harvey. So a lot of people are familiar with Steve Harvey, and he's just amazing. Alan Mulally, and for me, this was really great because when I worked at United Technologies, I was able to host Alan Mulally when I was at the Hamilton Sunstrand division, and Alan he's the former president and CEO of the Ford Motor Company, and he also worked at some time at Boeing. So just a wonderful leader. He leads by example in the business world, and he's just truly amazing. Can't say enough about Alan. And then Craig Rochelle, he is, again, a New York best-selling author, and he's the pastor of Live.Church. When I saw that, I said, is it Life Church? And there was a mistake with the dot. But no, it's Live.Church. I have never heard Craig speak, but when you look at his bio, he's just doing a whole lot of stuff in marriage. He does a lot of seminars in marriage, and which, again, one of my passions, money and marriage. And just a great leader, great church leader. So it's so awesome that he will be also one of the speakers with organization.
Awesome. So what is the main motive to doing these development experiences?
Well, it's really for personal growth and development, and also just to learn about leadership, because in every sphere, so important to be not just a leader, but a great leader. No matter where you lead, whether you lead in your home, whether you're leading in your church, whether you're leading in your organization, no matter where you are, it's so important to lead. And John Maxwell has a quote that says, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And many times when people hear about leadership, they're like, oh, it's for those people who have a lot of education and it's leading major corporations. But wherever we are, no matter where, we can lead and lead effectively. With this event, it's really helping people to say, how do I grow in this area, in the leadership area, both my personal growth, my professional growth. So leadership is for everyone. It's not just for somebody who is saying, I'm aspiring to be a good leader, but it's for everyone so that we can all move forward. And if we need leaders, good leaders, it's right now.
Amen. Thank you so much for sharing all about their biographies and how you got started in ministry. Why don't you tell our listeners how they can actually go to this virtual event?
Definitely. As I mentioned, they can do that this year from the comfort of their home or office. And the way they can find out more information and to sign up for this event is to go to Live2Lead.com. That's Live2Lead.com, CT.com. And all the information is there, the bios of all the speakers, the timeline. Again, we will be going from 9 a.m. It starts at 9, and we'll end at about 1:30. So the dates are there. And the way it's done this year is that they would go online, they would access their pass, they would sign up, they would get a pass, and then they'll be able to, that's how they'll be logging in on that day. And the interesting thing about this year is that once someone signs up, all the speakers' information from last year, all their talks are in the platform. So if, let's say you sign up today, Anissa, when you go in and when you log in, you will have access to all of last year's content.
Awesome.
And that is, so the earlier people sign up, the more access they have to that material. In addition to that, after the date of the event, which is the 9th, everyone who has been a part of it has access to all that content for 3 more days, for 72 hours. So it's not going to be 9 to 1:30 and then it's gone. They will have 3 more days in which to access it. So the earlier they sign up, the more content they will be able to absorb.
Once again on the broadcast, Yvonne Mitto talking about the virtual event Live2Lead. And this event is Friday, October 9th. For more details, call WIHS at 860-346-1049. The opinions expressed are those of the participants, not necessarily those of a staff and management of a station. I'm Anissa Porticelli for News and Public Affairs.